Hi, thank you so much for joining in our live session today. So I'm just going to introduce myself. My name is Maisha Beg, and I'm the Senior Associate here at Maces. So just a little bit about me. I've done my bachelor's from University of Westminster in London, and I've done my master's in finance from La Trobe in Australia. So being in few continents and few countries, I guess I bring my experience in studying abroad. So today I want to welcome our guest, Jason Chen. He's the marketing manager from Ryerson International College, and I'm so glad you got to join us today, Jason.
Thank you, Misha. Thank you very much. Hello, everyone. Good evening. My name is Jason Chen. I'm the marketing manager at Ryerson University International College. Just a little bit about myself here is that I have a similar background with Misha, which is I also graduated from Australia, actually. Yes, and then I work in a university in Australia and then work in a university in Canada here. So it has been like I would say close to 15 years together. And then now I joined RUIC, and then this is really great program, so we can share more information today. And just so you know that we have been working closely with Macy's for a while, and that's why I'm here. And it's amazing. And then they provide great services to our students. Maisha, over to you.
Thank you so much, Jason, for that lovely introduction. So, Jason, let's start off with how you started working for Ryerson, and why Ryerson.
Sure. Yeah, I think that's a really great question. One reason is because it's right here in downtown Toronto. I mean, there's a lot of access, easy access to everything here. For example, well, from daily basis, if you want to go shopping and you want to go anywhere else, is here. We have got everything. We're not middle of nowhere. It's Toronto. It's downtown. We have got lots of access to different shopping centers. Or just leisure myself sometimes, and also in terms of for our students especially. So we have got lots of co-op, which is companies, employers. They're all located in downtown Toronto. So for our students, it's very easy to access to those places to find their placement, co-op, internship, or even just part-time. And then lots of our students actually do volunteer in some government departments, so it's really a great location. And that's the reason why I'm here with Ryerson. And the other reason is that Ryerson University is really great, very comprehensive university. And it's offer a whole board of programs in both undergraduate and graduate. And I think it really very creative and very experiential learning in terms of those academic studies and then the working opportunities. So I think that's the reason why I'm here.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for that. So, I do want to ask you a bit personal, I know, but 5-6 years back when I was considering moving abroad or going for my master's degree, I had two choices, and one of them was Canada and the other one was Australia. And at that time, I sort of made my pros and cons list and ended up choosing Australia. And the most important reason for that was the weather. The beaches and the beautiful scenery of in Australia. But looking back in hindsight, I wish I had chosen Canada.
Right. Yeah, I think those two are really great country to live. It's absolutely the best place to live all over the world. I mean, one of the best. And then I think it's the only difference is the climate. Yes, the weather. Where Australia is pretty warm and sunny all the time, and then Canada here is winter. And the thing is that when I actually lived here and I chose here Toronto, Canada as my final destination, I found that even though we have a lots of fun during winter time, it's pretty much like a four-season country or city, especially in Toronto here. So we have got lots of activity to do during summer and winter time. And even though you think that winter is very cold, it's -20, yes, it is, but it's outside. I mean,
Yeah.
inside, it's really funny that when we walk into our campus, the buildings and then all those shopping centers, indoor activities, it's so hot.
Yeah.
Usually we'll just wear a t-shirt, with the jacket. So it's just the same as summertime, especially indoor activities in wintertime. So I think it gives us lots of options to stay and have fun. So yeah, that's very interesting thing.
Yes, and I hope that I also get an opportunity to come to Canada. Maybe get another degree.
Oh yeah, I would strongly suggest you to come here and then to travel at least to see Toronto here. And we have got Niagara Falls here, CN Tower. You won't miss those. And then
Yes.
you can also come to our campus, and also for our students here, will come. Even though if you choose anywhere else, but you gotta come to Toronto and see the city, the nice place, and then it's just something you can't miss.
Yeah, they call it T dot. Am I right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yes. So, Jason, on that note, what I do ask you is, how's it in Toronto at the moment with with the COVID situation? Are students going to class or are they still online? What is it like at the moment?
Yes, so it's absolutely a challenging time right now because COVID-19 global pandemic, and then right now Toronto is locked down, and then it's for 4 weeks till next month. And then the reason why is that because we have got a plan here to get everybody vaccinated. So people is working on the vaccination right now. I think that people is sort of we gotta get vaccines. It's free, and then we gotta have party here. And then that's the reason why the case number is increasing these days. So
Yeah.
government sort of like, we need to slow it down. We need to make sure it's 100% safe between everybody get vaccinated. So government decided to lock it down for a month. So the thing is that people it's still lining up for vaccination. Our plan is, I think the plan is to have 100% coverage by September. So I think it's still in progress. I mean, the people will still receive invitations for vaccination daily by daily, and then it's going to be coming soon. I believe it's going to be back to normal life in September this year. And then rather than that is in terms of our delivery method, the learning method. So we have confirmed that for May intake, because for our RUIC program, we do have May intake as a academic semester. So it's going to be online because it's still in the process of vaccination. So the campus will not be opened.
Right.
And then for September, so Ryerson has made a public announcement that everything will be finalized in June 9th. So it's going to be 2 months more to wait for the final outcome. And but the thing is that we think it's a guess. I mean, everybody is sort of like Ryerson is going to be like a hybrid maybe, which is mix the online and the in person together, depending on your programs, depending on the size of the classes, depending on which year of your study experience at. So we don't know yet, but hopefully everybody can be back to campus and then meet in person, so we can see our students, we can talk to them easily on campus every single time. So that's a hope.
Absolutely challenging times, and to be honest, we're on the same boat. It's a similar situation here in Bangladesh right now. With we're just going into a strict lockdown starting day after tomorrow as well, and it's still uncertain when we're gonna open up again. And it seems like we're on the same boat. Jason, I believe that you've got a presentation for our students today. So I'm just going to hand that over to you. Let me just quickly.
All right.
There you go.
All right. So keep my internet, in terms of my internet connectivity, I'm going to shut off my video just in case if there is a interruption here. All right. So, okay. Well, once again, thank you for joining us today to the Macy's and RUIC info section. So once again, my name is Jason Chen. I'm the marketing manager at RUIC. So what we're going to cover in this section today is some basic information about Toronto, about Ryerson University and the Ryerson University International College. And then we'll be having a Q&A section in the end to answer any questions or concerns you may have. All right, let's get started. So first of all, Toronto. I'm not sure if you guys have been to Toronto in the past, and then it's just some quick numbers here for you to know. So there are 6.9 million people in the Greater Toronto area, and it's top one safety city in Canada, and then top 4 largest city in North America. And it's about 160 languages spoken in this city, in Toronto here, which means very diverse. We have got people from different countries, different religion, different background and communities. So it's pretty much like an immigration city. So everybody, is from all over the world. So nobody here feels like they are the host. Everybody, is very friendly. It's a very open community here in Toronto. And then let's quick look at the map here. So this is a downtown Toronto. It's easy to see that Ryerson University is located in the right-hand side and top corner there. So if you can, as the number 1 shows there, if you can take a look at going left a little bit, there is a number 11, which is a building like a shell. So that's the Eaton shopping center. So it's one of the best shopping centers in Canada, and it's very large, and it, just 2 blocks away from Ryerson University. So when students need to, get some food or purchase anything, go shopping, it's really easy to go, just walkable distance. And then go left a little bit, number 17, that's the City Hall, which is, the government department where the mayor of Toronto is working right there. And then go a little down, number 12, that's the financial district. So where those major banks and the insurance company and the investors, that's their place, their home. So our students get lots of jobs, actually, especially from our business program. So they have got their co-ops, internships, placement, or even volunteer sometimes. So it's easy to find a job over there. And then that will bring our students, their life much easier. And then go down a little bit is number 20. That's CN Tower. That's one of the most significant building in Canada. Once you're here in Toronto, you won't miss it. That's really a great place to go. And there's a park around there, so you can always have fun and then, chatting and eating with your friends together right there. And then if you are a big fan of sports, like basketball, you can see number 14. That's Tidewater Center, which is the home of Toronto Raptors. So one of the team in the NBA basketball league. So it's very easy to get a ticket during the season to be there and then, have fun and then watch the game on site. So it's really cool. All right, I'm not going to go into every details about downtown Toronto, but just so you know that our students get very easy access to everything. All right, moving on. So Ryerson University. So Ryerson University is known as a hub for innovation, creation, and practical experiences. So our students gain real-world knowledge through cooperative education and internships, and that amplify their study through specialized minors and then Zoom learning that I will be talking about shortly. And then this to see that choosing Ryerson for undergraduate degree means getting closer to where students want to be, whatever that involves working in their field or pursuing graduate studies. We can see that a Ryerson education will prepare students for success. And then moving on, 2 key features I would like to highlight about Ryerson, experiential learning and then Zoom learning. So let's quickly go through this. So one of the key selling point of Ryerson University is experiential learning. So it is a hallmark of Ryerson University's model of education, and then emphasize the relevance and integration of theory and practice. So the purpose is to get students out of classroom and get them into the field. So it contains co-ops, internships, and then real-life projects related, aligned with industries, and then come with 93% experiential components in curriculum, and then 95% employment rate upon graduation. And then Ryerson University partnership with a lot of leading organizations, government departments in Canada, such as like Adidas, Air Canada, Bell, Rogers, and then Microsoft, and all those major banks, and then government-related departments such as like CRA, like City of Toronto, Government of Canada, well, you name it, it's out there. And then moving on. So the second key feature, Zoom learning, which is quite unique to Ryerson University, and is kind of experiential learning that the university offers to students. So it contains 10 incubators across the campus, and help our students to accelerate and support them to build startups. So it's pretty much like a start your own company or projects. So it's not only for students who study in business, computer, or engineering, those traditional areas, but it's also something for all disciplines of studies. For example, there is design, media, environmental management, biomedical, science, fashion, which is quite popular these days. And then Zoom learning is a new model of experiential learning built to allow students to apply their degree coursework to real-world startups, like companies, projects, or ventures. And the students can get access to workshops, like boot camps, mentorships, labs, and workspaces and grants. And at Zoom learning, students develop the career-ready skills desired by employer, such as like teamwork, communication, risk-taking, time management, and project management extra. So you name it, it's a really great experience for students to learn how real-world project works and how those company runs during their study time. All right, so let's review RUIC program and then see how RUIC can help you get into Ryerson University. So as you can see here, so before that is, so first of all, RUIC offers 10 academic courses within 1 year, which is equivalent to the first academic year of Ryerson University. So our student will be progressing into the second year at Ryerson University once they complete your study at RUIC. And the current available programs are business management, international economics and finance, and the arts. So as mentioned, we have got 3 intakes a year, which is January, May, and September. So January has already passed, and then so we have got May intake, and then September, and then some important days are showing up here in the slide. So let's walk through one by one of those programs. So first of all, Bachelor of Commerce in Business Management. So students will take a broad range of business courses in their first year. And you're able to choose to focus on one major once you have tried out all the areas in the second year. And the 7 majors are listed on the slide, as you can see in the bottom there. So it's economics and management science, and then just all listed here. And I'm not gonna read them all. And just so you know that this optional co-op is available for business management. So meanwhile, you can combine any of those 7 fields as major and minor, which will provide you with more wide range knowledge. For example, if you're interested in economics and global management, then you can choose both of them to choose global management as major and then minor in economics. So that's really a cool feature here. And the best part of this program is that 90% of graduates from the core program have job offers before they even graduate. And then more than 50% of them from a previous co-op employer. So I think that numbers proves how important they are and how good it is, which means that when you graduate, you will get your job right away. I believe that's everything we need. And then moving to the second program here, which is International Economics and Finance. So this program is Canada's only undergraduate university program exclusively targeted to meet both needs. So this is to see with the program integrates finance into the curriculum. So students learn to evaluate opportunities and the risks related to the cross-border investment flows by like considering foreign, social, cultural, political factors. And the best part of this program is that it offers a mandatory paid internship between the program's third and fourth year. So that's going to be placed in the second half. And the duration is between 4 months and a year. And then graduates have 100% employment rate at the time of graduation because they will be well equipped with skills, they're ready for employment. And then by 100%, it actually consists of like 85% of direct enrollment, employment, and then 50% of those who will be studying in the next level, such as like MBA or Master of Economics, the graduate level. And the page also shows some most recent co-op placements. Quite a few are government related, as we can see here. I think the first two are quite, a big name here, United Nations and then WTO. And rather than that, we have lots of government department, Ontario Ministry of Finance, of Education. Well, you can see the list here. I'm not going to read it all. And then let's move into the next program. The final program is Bachelor of Arts. And a major that student can choose includes the environment and urban sustainability. And then, all in the right here, you can see. And then even though it's an art degree, the programs also offered opportunities for students to gain hands-on experience through real-life projects or field trips. For example, there is a program which is environment and urban sustainability. So it is an environment-related area which students need to work with their professor closely and then to go outside of classroom and then be in the field for those researches. So which is, it's not boring at all. It's not, you're going to read the textbook and then stay in a classroom for the whole day. No, it's actually lots of fun by going outside with your professor and with your team. And then that's all of the programs here. So let's look at the admission requirement, which I believe you're quite interested in, especially if you're looking for application in any stages here. And then please know that all entry requirement by country can be found on our website. So here I only list Bangladesh, Canadian curriculum, as well as A-level and IB. So if you graduate from, let's see, Bangladesh high school system, so the admission requirement for business management and arts are higher secondary certificate with overall average of 6% in 4 academic subjects. And if you are looking for international economics and finance, you only need to get a minimum 80% in mathematics on top of the general admission requirements. So that will be our mission here. And then page next here. So in terms of English language requirements, so we have 3 entry points depending on your IELTS. So by looking at the table here, so let's say IELTS, for example, so you could easily see that the minimum requirement is 5.0, which is the line 1, and then following by 5.5, or if you can get 6.0, and then no English proficiency test is required, which means you meet the direct entry level. And please know that no matter which level you are placed, it's all 3 terms, which is 1 year before your second year at Ryerson University. And the only difference is that you may need to take extra courses, like language courses in the first term. So as you can see, in the second and third term is all academic courses. And in the first term, for some, for example, there's IELTS 5.0, you may need like 2 language courses there to make sure you will be functioning well during your study at Ryerson University. And then we have got 3 rolling intakes available here, September, January, and May. And then please know that there's no gap during your transition to Ryerson University, which means once you graduate from any of these 3 intakes, you will be able to progress to the next available intake semester at Ryerson University. You don't have to wait for a month for that. That will be our language requirements. So quickly moving to the next slide here. So that's the fees structure. So to make it quick, very generally speaking, if you can look at the fees by language requirement by IELTS, let's see. So generally speaking, if you get 6.0, the tuition fee will be 29,140 Canadian dollars. And if it's 5.0, that will be $34,968 Canadian dollars, because there will be 2 extra language fees there. If 5.5, then there will be, like, it's about scholarship. So yes, we offer a great scholarship for our students in Bangladesh. So we offer 2,500 scholarships. So it's a limited number. So we only have, like, limited number of scholarships available. So it's on a first come, first serve basis. So for those who are interested in Toronto, interested in Ryerson University, we encourage you to apply as soon as possible to secure your spot for scholarship. And our student must achieve 10% more than original list entry requirements. So for example, if that's 60%, that will be 66 for as a minimum requirement for scholarship. So yes, and still, I mean, this is a great chance to get some scholarships and get some money in your account. So which is, amazing, great, and then don't miss it. All right, so coming to the next one here. So to wrap up the presentation, there are 6 points that I would like to highlight, and I hope everybody can remember. So first of all, location. So location that Ryerson University location right in the middle of downtown. And with most programs having co-op, internships, and then field projects, and Ryerson University provides a career-focused education to all students that allow you to be job ready after you graduate. And then experiential learning is the hallmark of the university, and then Zoom learning with 10 incubators that allows you to get involved are unique to Ryerson. And then there are lots of innovative facilities on campus, which where our student can easily access. And then last but not the least, RUIC provides a great student support that helps our students to have a smooth progression to Ryerson University. We have got a student advising team here to help our students to make sure they have no problem either from their academic side or from their living side. Some students may have housing issues, anything. They always come to our advising team. And then we'll be helped them right away based on their requires. And yes, I think that will be all today. And then thank you once again, everybody. And then let's, Maisha, over to you. Maybe let's open the floor and see if there are any questions.
Thank you so much for that, Jason. I think, you pretty much covered everything from the location to the programs being offered to, the entry requirements. So we can definitely get started on the questions. I can see that there's a few coming through. So let's pick one. All right, so we've got Afra Aziz. What she wants to know is, so why should students apply for a pathway if they can apply for direct programs as well?
Yes, I think that's a really great question here. So our programs is designed for students who cannot meet the minimum requirement to Ryerson University. And of course, if you meet the minimum requirement, you can always choose which offer you will accept. So RUIC is mainly focused on those who are not confident about what Canadian life, what life in Canada looks like, or maybe not confident about their academic study, university life in Canada. So quite generally speaking, if some of students cannot, cannot get everything set up and then not confident, maybe just need more time to learn about Canadian education system or university life, RUIC will be a great pathway. So all we're going to help you here is that through our hands-on focus as well as our small class size will make sure that you will functioning well and then be progressing to the second year at Ryerson.
Okay, yeah, thank you so much for that. So on that note, I guess we could go for a follow-up question on that is from Shadab. What he is asking is, number one, can I go after my O-levels or the national curriculum SSC? And his second question was, can we talk about the accommodation that's provided?
Sure. So to answer questions one by one, first of all, the O-level. Well, yes, actually. So let me share my screen again. So I've got maybe we can walk through our website so I can show you more information here. And then just one second, I'm going to quickly share my screen here.
So yes, we've got students who's just completing their O-levels and they don't want to go for, the HSC or the A-level exam, and they want to just go directly into a foundation and then get into the university. So it's a great question.
Yes. So yes, so if you can see my screen, this is our website. And
Yeah.
if you can click admissions and fees. So let's take a look at admission requirements here. So it's fairly easy to find. And then you can see that in the bottom here, so this is the requirement by country for UTP stage 2, which is equivalent to the first year at Ryerson. Let's see if you're looking for O-level. So I believe it's not listing here. So maybe you have to go back to UTP stage 1. And let's see if that's something it offers here. Yes, so if you graduate from O-level curriculum, what you can do is go to our UTP stage 1 program, which I didn't mention that during my presentation. So UTP stage 1 is equivalent to your last year of high school, which is year 12. Okay, so by going to UTP stage 1, you will also complete 8 courses. And once you complete, you will be progress yourself into UTP stage 2, which is year 1 of university life. And then once you complete UTP stage 2, and then you will be second year at Ryerson. So it will not waste you any time. It's got to be exactly same as year 12, university life 1, and then 2, 3, 4. So it's exactly same here.
That's fantastic. So, I guess that answers our question. And do you know if it's from a national curriculum in Bangladesh, we would go for a GPA or a CGPA. So, in that case, what would be the percentage to get into UTP stage 1?
Okay, so in terms of that question, I think the best way is sorry, what's the name of the student here? Sorry, I can't see. But yes, if you can send your transcript to Meisha maybe, and then so Meisha will pass it to our admission team. So we can give you a quickly like pre-assessment. So we can see if you are eligible for any of the UTP stage 1 or 2 programs. So we always, very easy to see if, you meet all the requirements. So and then, once Meisha collect your transcript, and you will know the answer right away.
Fantastic. So on that note, we also had someone ask about the accommodation options, so have you got them in, at the campus, or are they able to choose that out of the campus as well?
Yes, so it's in terms of residence accommodations, it's very optional. So usually what we do here is now we're working on closely with Ryerson University to see if we can secure some spots on campus for on-campus residents, because we think that it's very easy for students to, get access to campus and then, to our classroom all the time. And then meanwhile, we also work with some other third-party providers, accommodation providers across the road. I mean, one very close is Parkside Residence. So our students usually go there, and then they offer a great residence, only 5 minutes walk distance, which is very easy and very fast, easy access. And then we also work with other lots of platforms that offers, houses or sharing rooms on all levels in different budgets. So it's going to be easy accommodation options for you. We will send you all the list, and then you can compare and then find the final one.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for answering that. All right, Jason, so let's take up another question. What is it like living in Toronto for international students? What's the cost of living like? Is it expensive?
Well, yes, I think on average, I would say from like 8,000 to 10,000 Canadian a year, Canadian dollars. I think that will be very average. So that will cover all the cost of your like your housing, your renting, the expense, and the food, and then your commute. The TTC, the public transportation, and yeah, I think that will cover the very basic cost. And then sometimes you may want to go shopping and buy some cool stuffs. That will be something on top of that. Okay, so I would say from 8,000 to 10,000 Canadian dollars a year.
Okay,
as a living cost.
That's great. So maybe let's take another question. There's a few questions there that you've already answered. For example, the tuition fee. And the requirements for getting into the program. We could answer one of these questions as well, coming in from Anandita-san. She asks, do you guys accept GED?
If you can remind me what GED is.
So GED is basically a test that is taken here. It basically covers about 4 subjects. For example, they've got maths and science and social studies. Generally, it is a test that is accepted by Canadian or United States universities. It basically is similar to the high school in those countries.
Okay, so that's sort of like a high school curriculum or different education system.
Yes, so they will have about 4 subjects, and it's usually alternative to a US high school diploma.
Yes.
What?
Right. Well, I think still, admission office will be the best person to answer these questions. So what I would suggest that if you can send your transcript or any certificate to admission, and admission will pass to our admission team, so we can have a very quick pre-assessment to let you know if it's eligible or not.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for that. Jason, we're just going to go for the last question.
Sure.
And I think we can wrap it up. Coming in from Anandita as well. So basically, when you're going through your pathway program, do you have a CGPA system, which means that there's a percentage and you need to get a particular percentage to get into the university directly?
Yes, this is a great question here. Actually, I did mention it during my presentation. Well, it showed up there, but I don't think I have time to go through it. So let's back to our presentation. I'm not sure if it's still there. No, maybe. Let me share again. Sorry.
Yeah.
Very quick going back. Just 1 second.
Yep. So,
do you have that in your background?
I don't actually.
No? Okay.
But yeah, you can just touch on that particular note. So they basically.
Yeah, sure. So no, I think I closed it somewhere. Doesn't matter. Yeah. So I will just quickly tell you guys here. Make it very quick. So yes, we do have a CPA requirement for you to move to the second year. So it depends on the program. So for example, if you're taking business management, so that will be 3.0 as GPA, and then out of 4.33. So we're using Ryerson grading and then GPA system. So the full score, the total is 4.33. So for business management, it's got to be 3.0. And then for international economics and finance, that will be 2.67. Okay. And then for arts, that will be 1.67.
Okay.
And the only exception here is that there is one major under arts program, which is psychology. that requires the higher GPA than others, which is 3.33. So that's the most difficult program here at RUIC.
All right, I think that's pretty much answers all of our questions. If there's any other question, you guys can reach out to us with Maces. At Maces, we don't have any fees that we charge our students. We can help you choose your university, find you the right fit, look at your academic background and find you the right fit. We'll help you through and through making your application. Once you've got the application, we can help you get your scholarship and then help you get your visa as well. So contact us and call us on 017-5566-0012 or send us a quick email on mail@macesbd.com and we'll be happy to help you. Jason, that was really such a great presentation by you and so good to finally put a face on our chats as well. So any last words to students during this period, thinking of going to Canada or pursuing their degree in Canada and Ryerson?
Yeah, sure. I think, thank you very much, everybody. And thank you for your time here tonight. I think the one thing I would like to mention is that keep safe, stay safe all the times. And no matter where you choose, make sure that follow your study plan and then talk to your parents and also find the counselors at Macy's, talk to Maisha about your study plan. And they are very experienced and knowledgeable. They can help you set up everything in terms of your timeline, So that will be always helpful to talk to people and then who is, professional and who is very experienced in the industry. So I believe they will help you right away there. And then once again, thank you very much.
Thank you, Jason. Thank you, everyone. Good night.